everybody. Welcome to Pro World Live. I'm Danielle from Pro World.
I'm Kate.
Meredith.
And go ahead.
Don.
Don's helping us out in the studio today to make sure we are ready and set to go for you. So today, this is like one of those topics, I've never ever tried this before, but I thought, you know what? Why not? Let's give this a shot. We're gonna use Siser Holographic vinyl with to make faux rhinestones. So if you've ever seen rhinestone transfers before, they're all like a cute little dot pattern and they stand up off the shirt and they sparkle. Well, with holographic, you can kind of get that same look, but just with a flat version, but it offers that really kind of sparkle and shine that you expect from a rhinestone. So we're gonna work with that today, and we're gonna show you some tips and tricks of how to work with holographic vinyl, because it might not be the easiest once you get going, but we're gonna show it all to you. And if you have any questions, make sure you ask us within the chat, and we'll be sure to answer them. And like always, let us know where you're tuning in from. We love to hear from you, and if you've tried this before, we love to hear that as well. All right. Any questions before we get started?
Not yet, but Diane is tuning in from Southern Cali.
Oh, hello. All right, so if you've worked with holographic vinyl before, it's a little bit stiffer of a vinyl. It has two layers. You have kind of your backing layer as well as like your shiny layer, which is on top. So the really important thing when working with holographic is that you have to make sure that your cut settings are perfect or it won't work. And I have a few oopses that I'll show you after we kind of get going with our project. But when I was doing when I was creating the rhinestone, the faux rhinestones, I realized that there's a lot of different settings that you do need to have for these. There's a line segment, overcut that needs to be set. And we do have a blog from Siser that we'll post into the chat as well. So that way you can follow along with that blog post. They really do kind of outline how to do this technique and how to do it successfully with the right settings. All right, so these designs that I'm working with, I actually purchased the designs from an Etsy store. They're already preset for me with a little rhinestone kind of dot pattern within the design. So I didn't have to create them on my own. But if you did have the silhouette, there's a business edition, right? Is that the next one? Yeah. Then you're able to use, there is like an option for rhinestones to create your own rhinestones. But if you don't have that, no worries. You can absolutely purchase already pre-made rhinestone templates that would work perfectly. You just load them in and then they cut them. All right, so this is already pre-cut. I'm ready to go. And when you start holographic, you want to kind of pierce the corner until you get it started. I kind of just get it so it rips it, and then start pulling it back. Don't pull up, pull across, because that's going to get you to have it in one piece. And as it's going here, we're going to start to see the rhinestones or the faux holographic. And you just peel it straight across. It's like magic. All right, and they all made it, yay. I actually kind of like this piece too, because it's fun to just have, here, we'll put it on a black surface so you can see it. It's fun to have all the little dots kind of show up, so that's always nice. But here is my cut rhinestones, so perfect. All right, now let's go ahead and get it on the shirt. So, like all vinyl or even transfers or anything like that, you want to make sure you get the center. So we're going to fold half on half until we line it up perfect, and then just crease. You're just going to crease the plastic so that way you know exactly where the middle of your design is. And we're going to place this on our garment. I've already pre-pressed the garment and I've already kind of set my pressure up, but we'll place it here where I think it should go. Maybe centered. Make sure you sort of straight Looks good. Make sure your collar is off your platen along with your sleeves. You don't want that to get in your way. And I need a nonstick sheet. Do I see one maybe over there? If not, I have, that's right. If you don't have nonstick sheet, you use silicone or parchment paper, sorry. We'll use parchment, place it right on top. All right, and we are going to close and lock our heat press. We are at 320 degrees for about 15 seconds. This is a cold peel, so do not peel. I always want to peel when it comes off. It's so satisfying, but you have to wait for this one. It has to cool down completely. All right, take your parchment off, and we're gonna just leave this alone and not touch. Okay, do we have any questions before we go to the next step?
No questions. We just got people tuning in from Philly, from Maine, New Jersey, Florida, Alabama.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. All right, this one I've already removed the excess, and it's just going to be placed kind of right in the, not the middle, but towards the D and the E. But we're gonna wait on that. Let's go ahead and peel another one back. Here, I'll do this one because it's a little bit bigger. All right, so again, we are going to pierce the corner. Get it so it kind of rips the holographic, and then we're just going to peel it over itself, kind of just pull it back, and all your little dots will be there. Okay. Oop. Such a big sheet, it's moving. Okay. Ta-da! All right. So there's the next one. That is pretty big. I probably made that a little too large, but you know, we're gonna go with it. Okay, now we will go ahead and get this on a shirt too. And then we'll peel the bride design so that way you can see. Okay. I am gonna have to pre-press this one because it's a little wrinkly. Just a couple seconds when you pre-press, make sure you get all the moisture out. And I did not fix the wrinkles, I actually made it worse. There we go. Okay. And get this on here, fold it in half. That's where I know my center is. This is going to be very, very large on this shirt. But we'll go with it. And if you were doing rhinestones, this would be ridiculously expensive. But this really gives you that other option to cut costs a little bit, but still give you that rhinestone look. All right, that looks good to me. And it's kind of fitting. Perfectly imperfect is the saying on here. So it's perfectly imperfect, not the right size. All right, cover with your parchment. Push that back in, close and lock, same settings, 320, 15 seconds, and we'll go ahead and peel the bride. As you're peeling, if you get any resistance, stop, because it's not cool enough. So go ahead and just peel. Why, thank you. This is why I love a semi-automatic, because it will pop up on its own, and I can just leave it there and wait. Okay, so bride, perfectly done, and sparkles and shimmers, and it looks super pretty. I love it. All right, I am going to go ahead and place the kiss where it needs to be, and then we'll press this part. We'll take this one off. Let this cool. Do not peel. All right, slide this under. We're gonna cover again. Go ahead and cover with that parchment. If you also have a nonstick sheet, you can do that as well. That looks in a good spot. We're gonna press it again for the same time, 3, 20, 15 seconds. Okay, any questions so far?
Ruben is asking, do you sell those? I'm not sure.
We sell holographic vinyl. We sell that in, ooh, that gets me every time. We do sell the holographic vinyl. We do not sell the designs themselves. So these I actually purchased from Etsy for this segment, but we don't have any designers right now on hand that offer rhinestone templates. But there are plenty of them. If you just kind of search rhinestone templates, there's lots of them that come up and, gives you lots of options. Or if you have certain programs for your cutter, they will allow you to design with placing the rhinestones where you want them. So there's lots of options out there if rhinestones is what you're looking for. Okay, so now that I'm gonna wait for these to cool, I'm gonna show you oopses, because that's important to see as well. Although we work with this stuff all the time, we mess up, and I'm totally gonna own that. And this is one of them. So this is the bride design. This is perfectly imperfect. And what happens is, what'll happen, you'll notice as I'm peeling this, my rhinestones are not coming up. Well, my holographic rhinestones are not coming, they're not separating from the backing. They're actually coming with my sheet, and then it'll kind of pull and rip. See that rip right there? And that stretch. What happens is when you don't have the cut setting good enough, if it's not a deep enough cut, you're not cutting through both layers. You're not cutting through this backing, and you're not cutting through that holographic. So it's trying to separate. And when it separates, it's gonna give you a hard time. See how it's ripping and not pulling like the first one? That's when you know you need to readjust your cut settings. Sometimes older blades could potentially have that issue. You might have to adjust your blade settings based on the age of your blade or how dull it might be. So always, always, always do a cut setting, try it out. And for rhinestones, definitely do a cut setting, just a small little test for a rhinestone. So have like a few little dots set up in a corner and then peel it back. If it peels like our first ones that I showed you, then you're good to go with the rest of your design. But if you're struggling like this and you're kind of having to push each rhinestone down, then go ahead and increase that cut depth or your cut number. All right, let's hide my oopses because nobody wants to see those. Okay, this one is totally cooled down, so go ahead and peel this back. And see, it just, once you get this right, it just peels so nice. All right, and there you go. So pretty. Love this. This is the silver holographic that I use. This right here, we can go ahead and peel this. The lips are blush. And I really like the blush is that it's like a light pink or rose gold color. So it really has that nice sparkle shimmer. I don't know if you can kind of see it. Oh yeah, you can see it from there. I'm just gonna do this whole time because I just love that sparkle. All right, we have one little dot here, one little heart to put on the, oh, look at that. I totally forgot. I didn't remove that heart from there. I had the heart in the blush, but that's all right. It's there. So no need to double press this one. This one's done. All right, any other questions? Do we have any customers that have tried this before?
No one's mentioned.
No? If you haven't tried it, it's definitely worth trying. And we have so many different colors of holographic. We have the blue, pink, silver. We even have, if you don't want to kind of try this technique with holographic, this I think will really work with electric vinyl as well. It has that little shine to it. It won't have the flex that the holographic has, but it'll give you that shine. So maybe it'll look like a rhine stud instead of a rhinestone. But yeah, so we would love to see your project. Make sure you tag us. We'd, absolutely share this, and we love to see what you make. All right, if we're good, no questions? All right, well, thank you all so very much for watching, and we will see you here in 2 weeks. Bye, everybody.